We learned how to read data from Excel spreadsheet. Now let's learn how to write data into an Excel sheet. This is the data Excel sheet from where we are going to extract the data. And we'll write this data into another Excel sheet, new data. So let's not waste our time and learn how to make this happen. Open your control room and quickly create a new bot. We will go with the advanced package of Excel as we have Microsoft Excel in our system. Now first open our spreadsheet by Open Action in the advanced package. Let the session name be the default and add the file path. In the last class, you have learned how to give a file path by the desktop file option. Now we will look into the variable option, how to provide the file path through a variable. First of all, we need a file variable that will hold the path of the file. This is a new variable introduced by Automation Anywhere A 2019. So to create one, go to Variables, click on this plus sign, and name your variable. I'll go with the file path. Now select the variable type as file. Click on the desktop file option as we have our Excel file on the desktop. Click on Browse and select your file. As you can see, the file path has been added here, so the file type variable holds the path of our file. Now click on Create to create the variable. Now this variable should be placed over here, just like this. This is our newly created variable. Moving on, specify the sheet name. As we are working on sheet 1, add the sheet name as sheet 1. Let's open our Excel sheet with a read-write mode. As we don't have a password to open and even we don't have any headers, just skip the other options. In the last class, we have extracted the data through loops. But now, in this class, we will learn how to use Get Multiple Cells action from the advanced package to extract the data. So, now let's search for the action. There we go, drag and drop the action after the open action. Here again, we need to specify the session name. And the session name should be the same as the open action session name, which is the default. Moving on, we have an option select range of cells to be returned, under which we have the same three options as we saw in our last video of Excel automation. Go with the all rows option, as we need all the data to be extracted. So, once the data is selected, it needs to be stored in a variable, and that variable should be of type table. This is another new variable introduced by Automation Anywhere A 2019. The data is stored in the form of rows and columns. As you can see here, our data is stored in this format of rows and columns. And these are the index values of a table variable. So this is how we can access the data from the table. Index value 00 will give this cell value. And index value 02 will give us this value. So here the first number represents the row number, and the second number represents the column number. Now let's create the table variable. Name it as data table. So, at this action, the whole data from the data Excel will be extracted and stored in the table variable. Now comes the main part, which is to write the data into another Excel sheet. The first and foremost step is to open the Excel sheet. Drag and drop the open action. Now, as we are performing actions freshly again for a new Excel sheet, give a new session name. Let the session name be session 1. Specify the path of the new Excel file, that is newdata.xlsx. I'll specify the path name using the desktop file option. Select the newdata.xlsx file. The file path has been added over here. Specify the sheet name. As we want to open the Excel in Sheet 1 itself, so enter Sheet 1. Open the Excel file with read-write mode. Again, ignore all other options as we don't require them now. So to write the data, we have an action called Write from Data Table under Excel Advanced Package. Search for the action. Drag and drop the action. Again, we need to specify the session name, and the session name here should be similar to the session name of the open action of the new data file. So the session name will be session 1. Here we need to specify the data table variable, that is nothing but the one we have created earlier over here to store the data. Add the variable. Provide the worksheet name where we wish to write the data. Let's go with Sheet 1. We have another option, say, specify the first cell. Here it's asking for the first cell from where we wish to write the data. As I wish my data to start from this cell, A1, so my first cell will be A1. Put A1 as our first cell. Now, let's close both the Excel files. Drag and drop the close actions and close the Excel files with their respective sessions. For the first Excel file, the session name is the default. For the second Excel file, the session name is session 1. Save the bot. Quickly run the bot. Well, the bot runs successfully. The data has been written into our new Excel sheet. Let's now open the new data Excel file to see the data. So the data from the data Excel sheet has been written in the new data Excel sheet. This is how you can write into an Excel sheet. For all of that and more, I'll see you in the next class.